Hello again, YouTubers, on with SpongeBob 101, back here again on the SpongeBob channel with our first SpongeBob video for August 2020. So today is August 1st. Now, this news came out just about 36 hours ago, so let's get right to it. As you can see, here we are on Deadline.com. I'll leave all the sources that I feature in my news videos in the description box below if you guys want to give it a closer read. But here we are on Deadline.com. SpongeBob SquarePants spin-off Kamp Koral shifts to CBS All Access as Nickelodeon library shows arrive. So basically, there are two main things that we can take away from this. First is, number one, Kamp Koral will be premiering in 2021, not 2020. Now, originally, earlier this year, Nickelodeon did say that the Kamp Koral spin-off was going to come out alongside SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run. Of course, everyone knows by now that Sponge on the Run is not going to be premiering in August, except for one very special country. But regardless, Kamp Koral, since it's supposed to tie into the movie, is now pushed back to 2021. The second thing is that it is going to be debuting on CBS All Access rather than Nickelodeon, as you can see from literally the first line right here. So it will join a raft of Nickelodeon library shows, including everything else. Avatar, Rugrats, and of course, SpongeBob. So this is essentially what it says. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it just gives you a quick description of the show. They spend their time building underwater campfires, catching wild jellyfish, and swimming in Lake Yuckymuck at the craziest camp in the kelp forest, Kamp Koral. So essentially that part is not new news, but it's kind of interesting how they decided to put it on CBS All Access instead of actually putting it on the network which made SpongeBob popular in the first place, which is of course Nickelodeon. I also have I checked out other websites here. Bloomberg here says Viacom CBS enlists SpongeBob to help fight its streaming rivals. So again, same thing. It seems like it's really a business decision to actually plop SpongeBob and as well specifically Kamp Koral into CBS All Access, so people will actually subscribe to their streaming service. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but streaming services have been, pretty up and coming these past few years, just like the last 2 years. And personally, I'm not interested in streaming services because I don't really watch that much content. Personally, I just watch like YouTube and of course the occasional news channel and of course SpongeBob, on iTunes. So personally, I'm not actually a fan of this decision because I'm not sure if this means that Kamp Koral will be exclusive. I mean, it seems like it's going to be exclusive because they're just saying, yeah, we're going to put it on Kamp Koral. It's not going to be on Nickelodeon. So I'm not sure if that means that we won't be able to purchase Kamp Koral episodes from like Amazon Video or iTunes, those video on demand sites. If that is the case, it's going to be pretty annoying in my opinion. And basically the rest of the article, nothing too interesting there. And then we also have IndieWire, again, CBS All Access to relaunch next year and acquire a SpongeBob prequel. So comment in the box below, what do you think about this new decision? Again, my personal opinion is if the episodes are still going to be available on sites like Amazon and iTunes, aside from CBS All Access, then I'm still fine. But if it is exclusive to CBS All Access like forever, then that is not fine, in my opinion. So comment box below, what do you think about this decision? And of course, also the decision to push it back to 2021. Now, I personally think that is more understandable because, again, as I mentioned earlier, it is supposed to tie into the SpongeBob movie. So since the SpongeBob movie, for most countries, especially the United States, which is essentially SpongeBob's main audience, if that, if we put it that way, since that movie is only going to be coming out in 2021 for Americans, then it's not surprising that they decided to push it back. Okay, so that is essentially the first piece of news. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so here we are on Forbes. Again, source in the description. So, box office, Sonic bombs in China as well as SpongeBob 3 gets Canadian theatrical release. Yeah, Literally. Right, so the first part of the article is just talking about Sonic, which we really don't care. I mean, if you guys are fans of Sonic, that's totally fine, but just for purposes of this channel, it doesn't really concern this channel. So, but this is the paragraph that is the most important. In news that may or may not be related, Paramount has slated the SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run for theaters in Canada on August 21st. The animated feature was slated for May 22nd and then August 7th before being sent to an eventual sometime in 2021 debut on PVOD and eventually CBS All Access in North America. Well, now it's just America, as Canada is getting the movie in just under a month. While most of the big movies have been delayed far enough into the future that we may not see this whole theaters overseas, but PVOD or streaming in America strategy, that may be a periodic occurrence until America gets a handle on the pandemic. So this is also pretty interesting. So clearly the movie is already ready to be released, right? And the reason, and that begs the question, why are they pushing the PVOD release back to 2021? I mean, there must be some kind of like explanation, in business explanation, because personally I think if you can push it out in Canada in theaters, I mean, why not just release it as well, you know, on PVOD this year? What is stopping people from doing that? And you know, they could say, oh, you know, maybe it's not going to be popular enough and stuff like that, but no, because it's PVOD, everyone can access it. So you just literally go and rent the movie on iTunes or something, or Amazon Video, and yeah, and you're all good. So Viacom still gets the money, you know, that they really want, and the fans are essentially well satiated or satisfied. Personally, I'll be pretty satisfied if it is released in 2020 on VOD. I'll still buy the movie anyway, even though, again, spoiler, my rating for it so far based on the books is 6 out of 10. So, yeah, just saying. So yeah, so far we haven't heard any news about other movie theater releases for Sponge on the Run, but I assume this means, well, I mean, you see, as literally the last line could mean that other countries may get it in theaters after all in 2020 or even 2021. So yeah, regarding the inconsistent release of SpongeBob on the Run, I'm really annoyed at Nickelodeon, Viacom generally. I mean, Nickelodeon's a subsidiary of Viacom, so really Viacom's making all the decisions. But yeah, so comment in the box below again, what do you think about this decision? And I don't know, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys are live close enough to Canada to, you know, go and check the movie out, or if you do live in Canada, then you are super lucky. So yeah, that is all for this SpongeBob news video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep right here on Ultimate SpongeBob 101, and I'll see you guys in the next SpongeBob video. Bye!